IT specialist.
We are EXP. We are technology. Yeah.
That's it. Well, I gotta get on board because I'm not.
Not yet.
I had to. I was forced to.
So, Ilham, I'm in real estate. I'm in Ottawa. I've been living in Ottawa for over 28 years. Ideal, residential, commercial, you name it all. I deal with a lot of investors, funny enough, from Dubai. A lot of Syrians.
For the passport to move.
Yeah. And some actually, as soon as they get their PR, they contact me. Some bought before even coming to Canada.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of Syrians, though, like a lot of Syrians that grew up in Dubai or grew up in Saudi and so on.
Yeah, because of what's happening in Syria, they need new passports. So
exactly.
Dubai or Saudi doesn't offer
especially
that.
Between 2020 and 2022, I think the market in Dubai was kind of going down and people were just leaving. But now I'm noticing the opposite because I'm noticing a lot of, as soon as I open my computer, I'm seeing, hey, 2-bedroom, I don't know, chalet style for this. Even I didn't know the dirham, the Emirati dirham. So yesterday, I saw a girl, her name is Afra or Arfa, whatever. She's a Moroccan blogger.
Okay.
And she put 525,000 dirham. So I went and I tried to convert that to Canadian. I was really? It's 200,000 only? That doesn't.
Yeah, it's pegged against the dollar, the US dollar. So $1 would be 3.67 or 3.65.
So I thought real estate, like the prices are way expensive there. No. 200, 300,000. I was like, am I wrong or maybe she's wrong? I don't know.
Dubai is still considered fair valued. The latest report by UBS that came out, the bubble index, was putting Dubai as still at low value, like it's not inflated. And also for $1 million, you can get 105 square meters.
105 square, which is in feet, is what?
1,010, 1,020.
Okay.
It's like, that's big compared to New York, London, and now Dubai is competing with New York and London and Paris and Singapore, all of that.
So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, so I was like, oh, we're having the meeting tomorrow. That's interesting.
Yeah, when the signs all.
I swear to God, I'm saying to everybody, I think Dubai will be the next New York. We can see that. Well, it's going to be more because you see the prices in New York. The studio you buy now in Dubai is 100 to 100, but in New York, you're going to get it for at least 3-4 millions.
Yeah.
So it's going to go there, but we need the financial institution, like to become, for example, to have the stock market of the Asian area in Dubai, for example. That will boost the stuff a lot, and we can see how Saudi and India, China, all working towards.
I know you guys are sitting in Canada, but we can see already the scale is turning to this side. Unfortunately for the West, fortunately for us, because we can see that now the power is shifting, the financial, capacity and ability is all shifting towards the East. Middle Eastern countries or cities have never been so much talked about, but Dubai is definitely become a global phenomena for everything. It's the world-class infrastructure, the tolerance level. Everybody co-lives here and co-works from every background, nationality, religion. We have everything. We have synagogue, we have mosques, we have churches, we have everything. We have Buddha temples, we have Hindu temples, we have everything. Everyone, you can come here, live here, practice whatever you practice, just be in peace, leave people alone, and don't mind others.
Plus it's very secure.
Yes, and very safe. So we have over 190 nationalities that live here.
So
we are 85% expats.
Out of curiosity, prices, like, let's say, just give me an idea about the prices. Like, we're talking about like lifestyle. I'm assuming people there buy more condos. I'm assuming, maybe I'm wrong.
We had the first wave. We always had more apartments than villas because, again, people buy. It's a city. It's a cosmopolitan city. People like apartments, but we are seeing more and more families settling in Dubai. So, and because of COVID, people started migrating to townhouses and villas, and that's what the prices of townhouses and villas have gone up. But now we're seeing again a comeback towards apartments after the COVID slowdown and almost no mention of it. So we're seeing the trend, but we have a mix of both. We have a lot of beautiful villa communities. We have townhouses. We have apartments on the beach, on the golf course, on marinas, man-made marinas. We have islands that are also man-made, something called Palm Jumeirah. It's phenomenal. I mean, it's been already there since 2002 or 3, and almost nobody lived in it. Right now, it's the highest value in property is there being sold. I just sold like a 4-bedroom apartment, 5,000 square foot for $10.3 million. But that's like prime. Like it's managed by Dorchester. The view is the entire ocean and the skyline and the wheel, and it's got like everything.
Okay.
But still you can get a very nice 2-bedroom apartment for a $2.5 million, which is $600,000.
When you said 2.5 million, you scared me. I thought you were talking about
no 600,000. No,
like
no, that's our average price is $600,000.
600. Okay, and we're talking about 2-bedroom.
You can get for that price. You can get nice 2-bedroom, decent tower. Every building comes with gym, pool. All of them come with security, reception. Not that we need security, but there is security 24/7. There is a swimming pool. There is a
Do
gym.
they have like condo fees?
Yes, of course. Service charge, we call them. So that's usually depends on the facilities you're offered, if it's managed by a certain brand or not, or is just...
and it's an average of, just out of curiosity, it's an average of, let's say, a good facility.
If something is... Okay, if something is managed, like this 4-bedroom, for example, 5,000 square foot, it's managed by Dorchester. So you have concierge, you have served coffee and tea on the reception, you have state-of-the-art, parking and pool and massage and everything. That is my friend who bought it will be paying $60,000 a year. That's expensive. That's on the high. Okay. But something like in a normal residential building where you just have a normal common electricity, common areas, common security, you will be paying 20 to between, some of them come at 16, 18 dirham per square foot. The new build now comes around between 20 and 24 dirham per square foot a year.
Which means in dollars?
Per square foot? So let's say 22, which is EMAR, divided by 365.
Yeah, it's the 365. Huh?
$6 per square foot.
Okay.
Little less, little more, depends on the building. But the top tier is going to be 45 divided by 365. It's going to be in the $12-13, per square foot.
Okay. And the people are buying right now, are they more locals or from overseas?
Overseas. We're seeing a lot of overseas. Locals are investing because market is increasing. But we have seen a huge wave of Europeans.
A lot of East Europeans, British.
Eastern Europeans, given what's happening in Ukraine and Russia and all. But we also have always had high number of British living here, like in the 160,000, I think, individuals. We have a lot of Indians, a lot of Pakistanis. We have Arabs from all the countries. We have French. We've seen now a wave of French people from COVID till now. And now we're starting to see the Canadian and North American guys being curious about Dubai and coming in slowly. Yeah. There is a bit of everything. There are people from everywhere here. That's the beauty.
Awesome. Interesting. Because, I heard quite a few things, again, just from my clients or the people that moved to Ottawa. And most of them, I know for facts, they bought because they don't want to pay rent. Once they have their passports, they're going to go back.
Yeah, so because the weather, the lifestyle, the safety, the luxury.
Yeah.
It's so easy to adapt. When you come new here, you won't feel homesick. Yeah. You would love it. You would fall in love. So many people come to see it or come for a holiday, like I did myself, and then stay back. Yeah. And everyone says, I'll stay for 2 years, and they end up here 20 years.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Good. Thank you, Dounia. That's very interesting. Good to know.
About land, if someone, because I'm working on a project with a couple of partners. We want to build some properties. So land, is it easy to get land? I know
land is
small.
easy to get, like in sort of right now there is more competition, of course, but there's always an opportunity. If you in a prime location, the land will be quite expensive, as high as $100 per square foot, and it could be as low as $30 per square foot. Depends what you're building, where. And then just I'll give you an idea about the market itself. You have two segments, or I mean, you have residential, commercial, of course, but then they're in the residential or commercial, not so much, but in the residential you have under construction, new, and secondary, resale. So the under construction, or off plan as we call it in Dubai, is very popular. People trust it. They buy on plan. They pay on a payment plan. There are so many renowned developers that are building and launching multiple master communities and projects within those communities. Dubai has regulated that segment very well, because right now we have escrow accounts. So if someone wants to buy, doesn't have a full amount, or wants to buy 2-bedroom under plan,
they can put 10%, right?
They can put 10%. That money, it goes, each project before they launch, they make sure that the land is paid, and then every money of that project that any client pays goes towards an escrow account, which is monitored and managed by DLD, that Dubai Land Department. That's the governing entity over the real estate here in Dubai. So they do that. They go and send an inspector. They will check if the construction is progressing. If it's progressing, then they would release the money to the pay, marketing and agency fees and all of that. If not, then they will not release the money. And no developer can just run away and not finish the project. And if they do, the money is still in the account. So it's quite safe. The only downside that sometimes if you're told that the handover is in June, it could be in December, it could be in March next year. It's a normal thing.
Delay.
3-6 months of delay. It's a normal thing here.
The money. So let's say we have somebody that wants to buy from overseas, Canadian. Okay, they have the cash for the down payments. Like banking, how does it work? Lenders.
So if they are buying with the developer, what happens is two cases, different cases. Okay. If they're buying with the developer, it's so easy to just transfer the 10%. They will send him a credit card link, or they will send the details of the project account, and he can transfer the money. If it's secondary market, he will have to have the money here, which sometimes we would use conveyancing, but it's not as safe, but it's normal practice. So like if someone decides to take your money and go, nothing will stop him. Yeah, it's not like legally. But what we do is, I would advise, if someone, I'll say, come open a non-resident account, transfer your money there, and then when you issue manager's check, you need to issue manager's check. Sometimes we take the money as a real estate company, but we're not allowed, again, not so legal, because some real estate companies have misused that, kind of, taken clients' money and disappeared. But so DLD said, okay, no agents collecting money from client, no rent, no nothing, no nothing. And I go by that. However, when I find my client a little bit, in a fix and they can trust me, of course, I would say, okay, just send. But the ideal way is that they would come open a non-resident account and transfer that money, wire it from overseas. And then, so I've asked this, we still need a solution after all these years in real estate. We still need a solution for this, but I've asked DLD to create an escrow account, for example, for agents, where we could receive such money, because we're seeing a huge increase in international buyers. And but there's always a way. There's always a solution.
And what about the rest of the money, like bank? How do banks, let's say
I have mortgage.
Mortgage, exactly.
Yeah. How does it work? So there are two options for mortgage. There is, when you are a resident, you can avail a mortgage. If you are an employee, you need to be employed at least 6 months. If you are self-employed, you need to be have the business at least 2 years, and it needs to be audited. So they give you between 70 and 80% LTV. The rest you'll pay yourself, down payment. If you are non-resident, they will give you 50% LTV, higher, slightly higher
Interest
rates.
rate.
And all you need is 3 months statement from the bank in your country of origin. That's it.
Okay.
But you cannot become if you happen to come, this is a mistake a lot of people made that are moving to Dubai. They rush and got their residency, and then they want to avail a mortgage, and they can't because they have become a resident. They need to wait 6 months for their salary to kick in. If they have, before stamping that residency, they have applied for the mortgage, they would have gotten it, but they would have gotten 50% at a higher interest rate.
So 3 months for an employee, but how about the self-employed or
same thing? You just need 3 months of a good bank account from anywhere, France, Canada, Morocco, anywhere.
And I know with the XP, we do the 2 years visa for agents, right?
Yes, so not only with the XP, this is how Dubai operates. Like when a company opens, we are all expats. So when a company employs someone, they have to provide the work permit coupled with the residency visa, and that is the duration of that is 2 years, renewable at the wish of both employer and employee. So EXP has to do that as well.
So if I decide to buy a condo tomorrow morning, I would have to have funds. Let's say the condo is 600K. I would have to have 50% of that, 300.
If you wish to avail a mortgage, yes.
Yeah, as a
plus 6% fees, because you have 4% transfer fee and you have 2% commission fee. Buyer pays.
So 6%. So the seller doesn't pay; it's the buyers who pays.
Sometimes we would charge the seller. It's been initial part was only buyer paying. When the market went slightly down and there were hardly any buyers, sellers were ready to incentivize the brokers. So they say, okay, sell mine first and I'll give you 2%. So that tradition remained. So we can charge 2% buyer, 2% sellers, depending on what the price. If we negotiate too much, then the seller will not pay, or he will pay 1%. Okay. If we get him the price, then we can charge both.
Right now we're talking about 6%. It's the buyer who pays.
Yes, 6% buyer pays, 4% transfer fee, 2% commission.
And what is the average interest rate right now?
Right now we are at 3.99. Usually we would be 199, 299 max.
And that's a fixed rate, I'm assuming?
No.
That's a variable rate? Okay, and what are usually the banks?
But this is resident. Non-res, I'll have to check for you. Maybe it's 499.
So let's say 5%, and there's a chance that that's going to increase because it's variable.
Because it's variable, yeah.
Okay, and you do it for what? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or is that
as you want? Depend on the age. Of course, you can take it up to 25 years.
Okay.
And the rents here are quite good. So you have two options of renting. You can rent the property on long term. You can rent the property on short term. Short term, of course, gets you more, but it's a lot of headache. So you give it to a short term company who would manage it for you. They charge 20% of the income. You take 80, and if it is long term, you still get around. If you are prime location, you get 4-5%. If you are in mid location, you can get up to 8%. And free of tax, no tax. You don't pay any tax. The only thing you pay to the government is the 4% to register property under your name.
That's it. And what is the average rent for 2-bedroom?
For a 2-bedroom, depends where you are. You could be 150, 160,000 a year, 140. Depends on your size, on your view, on your floor. So let's say 100 and.
You're gonna give me a heart attack, Dounia. When you're saying those hundreds, I'm keep thinking automatically Canadian.
No, wait. I'm gonna give you in dollars. So we're talking $30,000, $40,000. Depends.
Okay,
could
so
be less.
For rent. Okay.
Yeah.
40,000 divided by 12 months. So wow, that's quite expensive.
No, Dubai is expensive. I'm talking about good areas, right? We could get cheaper.
Yeah. No. I'm just trying honestly to compare there versus here.
So what do you say the ROI for the rent is?
ROI is anywhere between 4 to 8% or 7%. Depends.
4 to 8. Okay.
Because we're talking about over 3,000. So that's like if you buy a townhouse here and you rent it, you're anything between $2,300 to $2,400 a month. Okay, compared to same price. Okay, so we're talking about 600K versus 600K. Okay, here 600K you may get a 3-bedroom townhouse There we're talking about 2-bedroom condo units. A 3-bedroom townhouse, you could rent it for 2,300 versus a 2-bedroom condo where you guys live, it's 3,300.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. Because each community here has its amenities, facilities. Like where I live, for example, I live in Dubai Marina. I've got the beach, I've got the cinema, I've got the mall, I've got parks for the kids downstairs, I've got a biking track, I've got shops
like
everywhere.
Small.
It's not. It's huge. It's like 4 kilometers around, right? But it's man-made marina. I have yachts coming and going. It's very nice. So there's another one where there's a golf course, for example. There's another one where there are, each community will have something special. Each community will be known for something.
Okay.
So it attracts
marina, the downtown,
different
the golf
demographics.
area.
Yeah. Downtown is beautiful. It's like a lot of lights and the streets and the noise and the malls and.
Yeah, fantastic. And what's your estimate? Like you're there, you're living it, you're seeing it. What's your estimate by in 2 years, by 2024, 2025? What would be the price for or the value, the added value for these properties?
We already seen a huge increase since Q4 2020 when things started stabilizing because we opened up Dubai in July 2020. The panic only happened from March, April, May, June. July, we opened up. Everybody started coming. They liked what they saw because there was nowhere else to go other than Dubai and I think in Maldives. So we've seen a steady increase, not steady, it was a really spike in the prices anywhere between 40 to 50%. In fact, even double the price. We've seen triple the prices. Right now, this year, we are still seeing the demand. There is a huge demand still. I would say safely, minimum 20% increase in the next 2 years. Minimum. If things in the US, what's happening right now, we don't know what's been cooking this week with the banks. If that doesn't have a ripple effect on us, we are okay because we are not so, we are like half mortgage, half cash. So, and we still have a lot of people buying in cash. And I bet you even when it goes down, and if it does, there will be still a lot of buying because a lot of people can't afford anymore. They missed the chance. They're waiting for that correction. And some people have been waiting now for a year. It didn't happen.
What is the best time if somebody wants to come and explore and understand the market and see it in real life? What is the best time for?
The best, you have the weather, you have the season. So there is, when the weather is nice, it's the high season when everybody is here. But when the weather is hot, you have less people, you have better offers, you have better, even the hotel rates are much better.
It's exactly the same as Canada, but Canada is the cold
winter
and Dubai is the hot summer.
But having said that, all these predictions used to make sense until COVID happened and things changed. No one can predict anymore. No one can have a proper outlook of what can happen. Again, the last 3 summers, I've not seen Dubai empty. Before, it used to be empty. Almost half of the people would pack and leave. But because we had COVID and there were like difficulty in other countries being open, we've seen Dubai being packed in the summers. This summer, I don't know what's going to happen, but last 2 summers already, they have been super busy and the market did not slow down. The hotels had been fully booked, restaurants are fully booked, malls are full, because even though we have very hot weather, we have a lot of good facilities where you could shop and play and swim and enjoy, even though there is heat outside. And everything has AC. It's not like Europe when it's 40 degrees, you're sitting in it. Here, you don't have to sit in it.
That's awesome.
Great.
But it's still, so let's say for me, I want to visit. Like I want to go, and for the first time, I've been to Qatar, by the way. So I think it's similar, but Dubai is
This is not similar. This is like on the next level.
The weather. The weather
is similar, yes.
Yeah. So the time
when did you go?
It was around March, between Feb and March.
So now it's pleasant still.
Yeah, the weather was really good. Yeah, I thought it was weather was perfect. Yeah.
During the day, if you're in the sun, you might feel little heat, But otherwise, you can walk outside. You can walk in the evening. You can walk in the morning. You can get tanned in the sun. Like, it's still okay. Where it starts getting super hot is May,
Okay.
June, July. Towards the end of May, June, July, August, whole of September almost, and then it starts breaking nice weather again.
So almost October. Between May and October is not the best weather, but October.
Not the best, but you can still survive. You can, like, when you open your car, you would feel that wave of heat, but once you are in a mall,
you're fine.
You can't tell you are in the...
So you can't walk in the streets. It's from the car, garage.
Surprisingly, you see a lot of people walking.
Yeah.
Before, when I came to Dubai in 2005, there was no one walking in the street. No one, literally no one. But the population has tripled since then. And yes, you'll see a lot of people drinking water just walking in the street.
And I guess there are more amenities and stuff, shades and stuff they created now.
Yeah, of course. Even in the bus stop, you have like, AC area where you go inside and wait for them. There's metro, so you can commute between malls and between landmarks. But it's difficult. It's hot. I mean, I live here. It gets really hot. The humidity is quite annoying. Yeah. But again, like you said, in Canada, it gets super cold. And here in Dubai, it gets super hot.
Yeah.
Good. Any questions for us, Dounia? I think we bombarded you with questions.
No, I'm okay. I'm happy to answer any of your questions.
No, I found it very interesting, to be honest, because I learned quite a lot. It's different than when you hear it from clients.
Yeah.
Or people's like opinion, but no, it's very interesting.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to help you guys. If any one of you come here, just ping me and I will meet. If you do have clients who are interested to come back and wants to buy, we can always work on referrals. I can always, if you want to do a seminar about Dubai, I can prepare myself better, of course, have facts and images and things to show them, have a pretty presentation to do. And we can do
what I was
educate clients, not sell them anything, just tell them like just what I, and then have a Q&A session. So we can warm them up that if they are interested, then they come to us through you guys. There is a lot of possibilities we can work on.
Yeah, and we can do the same thing, vice versa. I think that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, as I said, I've worked with a lot of people that came, but they came because they wanted to stay here 4 or 5 years to get their passports.
Yeah.
And I know most of them are planning to go back. Like, some of them can't adjust. You know, like I have a dentist right now. He's sitting here. He's trying to get his degree, but he's not going to work because it's going to take him forever. So all he's waiting to get his passports and go back.
Yeah.
And these people like have bought, and as you said, some pay cash. I have clients that bought cash over $1 million, like paid cash.
Yeah.
It was not an issue because they refused to pay rent. It's that their mindset. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, it's same Middle East. I mean, same here.
Let's say when they come from Morocco, no, they want to rent. And even if they want to buy, they have a tight budget. Even if they have a good job, and even if they have the money, they still think, no, I'm not crazy to spend that much money, right?
Because they can buy Morocco. They want to buy. These guys don't have home country to buy in, you know? This is going to be their home, right? And if they're moving back, they'll just sell it and with that money buy again in Dubai.
Exactly.
And it makes sense because they're going to have market appreciation depending when they bought now, because Canada has changed a little bit. But yeah, they bring back the money in dollars and
they're done. Exactly. Good. Any questions for us, Dounia?
No, I'm good.
Adam? I don't know.
I'm good. I was just phoned into Nibia. Apparently, her daughter was in the hospital since the morning.
Oh,
so
God. I hope she is better.
So yeah, I told her I'm gonna send her the recording and everything. Thank you very much, Dounia.
No problem. Pleasure. Take care, guys.
As I said, I was thinking about doing a seminar as well because we have a lot of interested parties and we would love to coordinate and work all together and develop something.
Happy to do. Yeah, we can prepare something proper. I've done this once in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was well received. So I'm planning to do this for.
So you have to come visit us in Canada.
I did come to Canada previously, but only one time.
Only one time.
I went from Toronto. We went to Alberta, to Banff. Stayed in Banff for 5 days.
Banff is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, we went there in the summer, so it was nice.
There's a girl, I don't know if you know her, but she used to be in real estate. She just moved to Canada. Her name is Sarah from Dubai. And she told me she used to work for a real estate, she's Moroccan, for a real estate company in Dubai, like selling and buying. And she's in the same situation. Like she just wants to get her Sarah al-Hashimi.
Sarah al-Hashimi, no.
No, okay. Right. And she was like, honestly, she can't adjust with Canada yet. It's been like, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, my husband was always talking about migrating to Canada. I'm like, no, it's cool.
She can't. She was like, oh, I can't wait for the day to get my passport and go back.
Yeah, poor Canada.
I know. It's not that bad, honestly. I mean, it has a lot of advantages. Like, it's not the winter, we get used to it. What's December to March?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Less.
It's like, December, 4 months of winter. We have beautiful summer, beautiful spring. The fall is amazing. So
I can imagine, yeah.
We complain.
Ilham, for 18 years
now, humans, right? We have to
adjust. I'm spending my winters in Mexico.
We just came back from
it's a nice option.
And I told my husband, I think, why are we going back? We need to stay here.
All right.
Awesome. Nice meeting you, Dounia.
Thank you, Ilham. Same here.
We'll connect, and thank you so much, Adam, for
thank you guys for your time and sharing all the information. I would love to develop something as beautiful as this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.